My name is Reference. I call myself Reference because that's all I could do for you. I could refer, I could talk about things to point you in the right direction. Whatever you gravitate towards spiritually, we all on a spiritual journey. It's a beautiful thing, sort of. Sometimes it's a little nightmare, sometimes, but it's all good, right? This particular short lecture I'm gonna do is about ways to raise your Kundalini energy inside of you, and some methods and ways that I compiled from different individuals' books, and I thought it'd be cool to share because the Kundalini energy lives inside all of us, and I think it's a real cool thing. I think it's a real cool thing. So I'm gonna touch on some things. Of course, if you don't know how I do, I write down the topics. I gotta have jot down some topics to be a lot of information. But what I don't have is written down what's behind the topics. I just come up with that straight from the dome. I ain't got time to write down all that. So I just keep it real simple as far as bulletins, so to speak. So ways to raise your Kundalini energy. All right, and this particularly lives in the base of your spine, um, coiled up, sort of like at the bottom next to the conics or the conics. You know what I'm saying? Starts with a C, as far as the pronunciation, dealing with your anatomy. So the Kundalini energy, for example, in the Sanskrit root, it's called the Kundal or the sleeping serpent. Okay, so number one of the ways to raise your Kundalini, intense study, intense sequence study. You know how you study back to back. You're in your zone. You might be by yourself. You might be out and about, but you focus. You really focus, and you studying, and all of a sudden you could feel like you could feel a certain type of energy that comes from the aha moments while you studying, or the aha moments when you finally get a breakthrough reading certain types of information. There's nothing new under the sun and nothing you don't know, or nothing you're learning really per se. It's just you remembering about who you are. And some of this resonates with certain people, some of it don't, but it's all good. It's okay. Plus, everybody got their own lane. Everybody got their own lane. If I'm into astrology and astronomy, and I'm not really astute in being a psychic or clairvoyant, I want to holler at somebody where that's their lane and that's what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? So you have your little spiritual team, your little X-Men team, your little X-Men team, some people you can confide in, get wisdom from, and have some type of direction in whatever you're trying to go through. So you'll feel this Kundalini start to arise within you, from you, from you remembering to remember. Information is light. So as you're reading, you're receiving light. You're bringing up the light within you. You're activating the light. You're activating your Kundalini or your Kundal. So through intense sequence and study. Um, Within the context of that, you could also talk about sigils or a symbol. The Latin word for symbol is sigils, and also, he's talking about symbols. Symbols, they help to alter, transform, and cultivate your subconscious mind. Because reference Brother Panic, he said there's three ways to communicate with your subconscious mind: through repetition, through trauma, and symbols. So when you talk about the concentration, focusing on the sigil, you can create your own sigil, Sigils. You can even, create your own symbol to help others, to be the opposite of dealing with others or even yourself, but focus on self first, the concentration, or a duo, you and your significant other, friend, etc., etc. The concentration of sigils will help, um, you know, evoke or invoke on both types of information, because they all talk about you. But when you talk about invoking, dealing with a sigil, it all pertains to you, depending on the sigil that you create. You may use a sigil for help with healing. You might have a sigil help for laughter. You might have a sigil to help for concentration, focus. whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your boat. Um, and out of studying comes a practitioner method. Um, when ready, let's all take up the journey of being a practitioner. But in the meantime, if you find yourself just studying or whatever, that's cool. All right. Number two, the next way to raise your Kundalini is a good old sex. Ooh, good old sex. Who don't love sex? If you don't, hey, cool. Whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? But sex, the intermeaning, the union. Be careful who you have sex with. Um, call upon the level of discernment within you and clarity so you won't mix yourself with a zombie or somebody that's very, very extremely have intelligence and deceit. Um, so, you know, and when you're dealing with positions, the positions, so you won't get bored or to keep things spicy, you go to something called sexposition.club. That's what I been using for years. They have over 365 different positions. Choose what works best for you too. Um, whether you into whatever gender you're into, but it's all about the conversation of raising your kundalini right now, activating it. It's a sleeping giant inside some of us. Some of us don't have these issues, but these are different ways. So sex is one of the most powerful also. And if you want to get into positions, like I said, sexpositions.club, or just start getting into Kama Sutra so you'll have different positions where you feel comfortable with. Um, and while you're in these positions, make sure you incorporate breathing techniques. Breathing techniques, a lot of times it's 4 digits, 6, 7, 8, 9, for example, or 333. Not saying it, don't take that personal or generalize it, but I'm generalizing it as far as giving an example of how the number sequence is and how it's going to be. It's going to come in four, a lot of times four numbers or three numbers, and you do these breathing techniques consciously instead of just erratically, in the art or dance of making love. Um, and also, so when you're doing those breathing techniques, you're doing it with position. So to add a third thing, what you do is uh, drlanebay.com has good information and a phone number. You can contact him with breathing techniques. That's just my reference for that. And also sound, learning the sounds of your chakra system, learning the sounds of what activates the kundalini. The our chakra system it's like a piano. Our chakra system has notes. Our chakra system has sounds. You can use the power of our throat to activate these things. The heart may be AHH. The stomach area dealing with the motions of the sacral might come in the form of an OM. Om or ah. And as you say these things, you can feel it in certain parts of your body. So as you making love, you can also form healing. If you want privacy, do privacy. If you want to be around people, do it. You know. So some of the information you find in Montauk Chia's literature, a Chinese fella. So one of the good books I have here is to help, like that. It's called The Art of Sexual Ecstasy. This is a real good by Margot Anand, ANAND, spacebar, ANAND. Um, excuse me for a second. I'm not gonna edit this out either. Let me get the other book. And the water. Another good book. If you want to spell Montauk Chia, it's Mantakchia, Montauk Chia. The alchemy of sexual energy connecting to the universe. Boom. Oh man, I'm showing my nails on the screen. I ain't even got nails are working and stuff. But anyways, try to be self-conscious of them things. But when you're working, and I'm doing this on the fly. So, anyways, who cares? This is a good book. Um, The alchemy of sexual energy connecting to the universe from within. Montauk Chia. Got a lot of good pictures, got a lot of good, it's colorful. And this is not something you read. These books are not something you just read. They are, you know, to practice. They give application. All right. Um, the next thing a lot of people might not want to hear, water. A lot of things a lot of people not want to hear, but those of you into some type of drugs, hey, it gets you to those heights. It raises your kundalini. If you're into your smoking your bud, or if you're into playing with your nose, or if you're into, alcohol even raises it. Do it at if you're an experimental person, we all been high before. We all been high on something. I don't give it. If you haven't, kudos to you. But I'm not condoning this, but this is just for the sake of raising your kundalini. You're not full human, you half human. This is just a spaceship. This is just your vessel. Just your vessel. Okay. So drugs and alcohol. I meant to explain the chemical effects of it, but let's just do your own studies. Look up the chemical effects and how it affects your body, okay, and what it does. We're not talking about nothing good and nothing bad because the mind makes it real, okay, regardless what anybody tell you. Be moderate with anything, but if you were going through experimentation to get to a certain level, for example, you could look on Tubi, the platform Tubi, Tubi, and there's a kung fu movie on there called The Drunken Master. And he explains to his new student that he took in, um, his protege, that I'm a drunken master. He said, I'm a drunken master, and I use these techniques to, do my thing. And then when I really want to exert or raise my kundalini, I use the art of alcohol. But he doesn't do it to get drunk. You see what I'm saying? He don't do it to get drunk. He said use it to get to that state of consciousness or that state of mind, to the no zone, to where he's emptying himself, and he's in that state, and he's able to become the knower, so he can be a reflection of the person he's about to fight. Whatever they do to him, he gonna come with the movies unorthodox. He's the wild card. There's no set moves. You know what I'm saying? He's tapped into it, but he said don't go beyond that to get drunk, and then don't drink too little, but get to that point. You know what I mean? That zero point. And he's able to operate that where the spirit takes over. It becomes the drunken master, and a new art, a new form comes about. So he brings up his kundalini or his kundal or his chi or his ki. You see what I'm saying? To a certain point where he's able to defeat his enemies or win, etc., etc., etc. All right. So drugs and alcohol. All right. You know what I mean? Just do it in moderation. Do I condone it? I don't give a shit. I don't care what you do. I'm just talking about the examples. All right. Number 4, shock or surprise. Ah, ooh, oh my God. Black Jesus, white Jesus, Mexican Jesus. Get happy. You know what I'm saying? Surprise yourself. When you start feeling like that, you about to open a Christmas present or your birthday or surprise. Like you just excited, you ecstatic, you got the Holy Ghost. You you got the Holy Ghost in you and all that. You know what I mean? Get surprised. Surprise yourself. Do something with excitement, purposefully. You know what I mean? Purposely excite yourself. Do it consciously. Whether it be through conversation or expectation about something. Or if you about to go to an event with a singer or a rapper or R&B, get excited. Raise it up. Keep it up. And it helps even throughout your walks throughout the day. You'd be surprised. Just be careful what you think when you have this power, because things happen like that all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Don't look at this type of power that we all have, or you have, as something good or bad. It all depends on your choice, how you exert it, and what you use it for, which we'll get to the end of that. Let's talk about the activating of it. 10 things and 10 ways how to activate the Kundalini inside you, which I'll give a good reference for in the end, and in conclusion, the things you can use it for. after you activate it. Number 5, create an ecstasy for yourself. You'll be in ecstasy. People be in ecstasy when they listen to drums. People be in ecstasy when they listen to jazz. I got jazz in the background. Y'all just probably don't hear it, but I have it. Each individual sounds and tones do different things for different people. To each his own. So whatever puts you in that state of mind of raising that feminine Kundalini coil serpent energy at the bottom of your spine that can raise up through your spine and do your 33 vertebrates and all the details in between that you can study for yourself, which is a most wonderful thing for yourself and to share as a reference point. Um, so creating that ecstasy through yourself, listening to drums, listening to jazz, whatever your choice of music is, mantra, um, and whether it's listening to these instruments or these tools to raise your kundalini and receive that state of mind or that state of consciousness or that state of bliss, or you can play the drums. You can choose to take time and learn how to play an instrument for jazz, whether it's poetry or rap or R&B music, whatever puts you in that ecstasy. Um, or if if you're not playing the instruments, it's cool. You can listen to for entertainment, whatever has you in that mood. If you ready to go to work, play your favorite music because you might dread going to work. It's okay. Or even after work, you'll see my Facebook page. I play music all the time. That's the music that I like. I might not be listening to the words. I just might like the beat. I'll play the instrumental. Appreciate those who listen to it. If you don't, cool. All right. Whatever you like. You don't have to like everything that I like. You know what I'm saying? It's just a reference. By the way, my name is Reference. You can find a lot of my videos on my YouTube page. All of its techniques, the things you can do to help you and about the knowledge itself. It's at reference dash channel 2 DV, at reference channel 2 DV. I'm also on Facebook. I'll do the TikTok thing next year. We all be lifing. I got a lot. Social media take a lot of time. I'm doing what I can do. All right. Object of the game is for me to teach, and I promise you I'm an excellent student, and I do what I do to support and give you a reference. The next thing, number 6, is dance. Mm, mm. Dance, dance. Who don't like to dance? If you don't like how to dance, just move around. Just I don't care. Just stay in one spot. Just move. Dancing brings up and sums up the Kundalini. Everybody been to a club, or everybody been a club in their house. If they ain't never been to a club, they cut on that music. You be sweeping, you be cleaning, you cut on that music. You might listen to whoever, but it raises up something with you. You get the moving, you got that rhythm, you got that melanin. And if you don't got melanin, hey, you still moving around. Everybody got a certain percentage, but it's activating the the kundalini in you, your energy in you, the coil, the feminine sleeping serpent within you. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times when we dancing, you can see through all the cultures, it puts you in a state of a trance. And through that state of a trance, you're able to do things. You're able to tap in. You're able to summon that internal dragon, that internal serpent within you when you're dealing with the kundalini, the speed of rhythm. You know what I mean? The internal rhythm. Sort of like in Hawaii or even other cultures over in the African continent where they doing the hip dancing. The hula. Man, if I get one of them hula hoops, I could do it too in front of you on camera. But that's y'all might laugh, but yeah, just get the little hula hoop, practice your hip movement. It's good for exercise, good for rhythm. The rhythm creates, the rhythm does, the rhythm summons. Do it. Practice it, ladies. Go buy a hula hoop right now. If you got a daughter, if you got a cousin, auntie, niece, whatever, you practice it. If you don't, cool, practice in your own time. Record yourself in the mirror, laugh, love, and light. Dance puts you in a trance. Trance activates the Kundalini state. From what I learned too, which is dope because I didn't know, it loosens up your astral body. So this rhythm and this dance, you also activating the different levels of self, the different dimensions of self. So when you activating the different dimensions of self, you loosening up, you activating your astral body even moving to this dance. to the sound that you like. And when you loosen up your astral body, you are bringing in cosmic energy because you're sliding that thing to the side. Now your cosmic self coming out, that cosmic energy within you coming out. And now you're really doing some things. I feel it right now, just from talking for real about this. It brings me joy to awaken that up in you. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. So, um, dance, 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 dance. Whatever. I don't care what type of dance it is, whether it's a two-step, Memphis juke, you know what I'm saying? The boogie woogie, do the twist, break dancing, or twerking. It's all for spiritual, esoteric, and studying purposes. Reference. As the name reference is the game. Having a high compassion, number 7, having a high compassion. Walking around. So what you walk around look like Magdalene all the time. Everything is love. Everything is good. Oh, you just hit my car. It's okay. Let me get your insurance, license, registration. But everything is still love. Thank you. My neck, my back, and my neck. Check. Bling, bling. You can still be compassionate about it. You know what I mean? You ain't got to let nothing move you. Just you a reflection of love because you learn how to love yourself. And by you learn how you love yourself, you going to give that. You going to radiate that. That don't mean you be gullible or stupid. Oh, you slap me in the cheek. Oh, it's okay. Nah, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about humility towards self, humility towards others, and staying firm in your compassion. Don't let nothing move you. And if something tries to move you, that's good. That lets you know you're on the right track. Having that high compassion for self, realizing what this really is all about. A Sims game. It's a wonderful, serious play. I heard that from Bruce Lee. Whoa! I heard that from Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? Even those other African American kung fu artists, but I'm just saying I heard that from Bruce Lee. He said, "This life is like a wonderful, serious play." Water, water, water. Pinky out, water. What's up? What's happening? Y'all good? Y'all liking this? I wouldn't care if you didn't. No, I'm just joking. Um, Number 8, contemplation for deep thought. Contemplation and deep thought will arise your Kundalini. For example, the believing in the entity, believing in the entity and your energy, rising your Kundalini for its manifestation purposes. Something happening because you decided to contemplate in deep thought. When you rose, you're activated by belief in something so strongly, without a shadow of a doubt. A one-time thing. That's how strong your faith is. Your God, whatever you believe in. I don't care if your God was Mickey Mouse, because you programmed that. Oh man, every time I call upon and evoke Mickey Mouse, good things happen. That's cool. That's for you.